video. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I was looking for something else on my notepad and saw that I'd scratched this down and just said military era. That's all it said, and that triggered my memory. This is another one of my videos. It ain't for everybody, because everybody don't care about the military or any of that stuff, and I get it. Even as a former soldier, I get it, and I don't take any. I don't, the current crop of soldiers, which I know some, and I have some family members. I have one family member in the Navy, 2 in the Army, and 1 in the Air Force. Okay, now my one in the Air Force, he's almost done. I think he has less than 2 years. Wasn't a pilot. He's at logistics. And that's good enough. Logistics. And, but this current crop, if they have any combat vet leaders now, and because y'all know me, I'm combat arms, nothing against, like I always say, I gotta always throw it up, because when you don't, there's always one crier. We need to support troops. Us combat arms guys, we need somebody to check our chutes, pack our chutes, inspect the damn chutes, our rigging, everything. Somebody got to fly the jet. That's the Air Force. Then somebody got to maintain that jet. Also the Air Force. Somebody got to supply fuel. They got to give us bullets. They got to medical. They got to everything with us. So I get it. It's a team effort. We need y'all to take care of us so we can go make stuff go boom and make people turn into a red spray red mist and bring ourselves back home and patch ourselves up. There you go. That's the nice and clean way of saying it. Now, with that out of the way, when I came in the Army, it's different era, because it's the 80s. People, that's the 80s. Yeah, but look at it like this. The last guys to leave Vietnam were our leaders. They were our gunnery sergeants, our platoon sergeants, our chief of firing batteries, our first sergeants. You know what I'm saying? Our battalion commanders, our battalion XOs. Regiment commander, for me, regiment commander, regiment command sergeant major. They were all Vietnam vets. Okay, so that Vietnam War and us Gulf War and Just Cause, guy, it ain't even, it's not even close. Dad's Vietnam vet. I know Vietnam vets. I had Vietnam vets for leadership, in leadership positions over me. So it's not even close. It's not even close. And I'm not demeaning my service, my trip to Afghanistan and to Iraq. I'm not trying to shrink myself down at all. I just know, I know what I know. Okay? Now, I'd made a video before about guys where I made some guys they talking to and going to the military, and I told them, I said, dude, go combat arms. And they looked at me like I was crazy. You learn so much. You travel a lot. I said, but just because you started combat arms don't mean that you have to end at combat arms. And I'm not going to go through that whole video again, because if somebody wants to hear what I said on that, it's still up here. They can click it and watch it, listen to it, or not. But anyway, so here we go. I remember seeing guys, I'm a private E1, E2, E3, all the way up to E4 specialists that were in normal non-combat units, support units, medical units, and whatnot. And you wouldn't know nothing about it till you see them like in the PX and their BDUs or in their class, what we used to call Class B uniform. That was like that mint green, your mint green short sleeve shirt, you know, and your green and your green trousers and your chloroforms, your patent leather shoes, because the issue shoes, the dress shoe, yeah, I shine them all up, got them all spit shining nice, and they sitting under my bed on display. The rare occasions where we had to wear dress green uniform, patent leather chloroforms. I ain't effing around. And you put your edge dressing on it around the sole is real black and it's shiny and whatnot. And then second ACR, we didn't even forget it. You know, we were literally tapped out. All of you would have thought we were a drill team when you heard us out there walking. But our command sergeant major wore taps, so we wore taps. Y'all can't do that. The regulation said, I know what the regulation says, but anybody that was in the Army in the 80s, combat arms, know that your sergeant major is the leader. No diss to the colonel, but if how you supposed to look like your sergeant major. And we did. He wore them, we wore them. My first sergeant hated it, but I wore them anyway, because if he gonna make me take them off, okay, he can't make sergeant major do it. But he the only reason I let y'all do that because sergeant major do it. I know, but I love this. Number one, wear and tear on your on your footwear, and plus that clicking sound, click, 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 click. I loved it. Anyway, the Vietnam era leaders were a different type of men. They're from a different era. There was no social media. There was no internet. There was no cable TV. And none of that stuff. You know, you still had Walter Cronkite and those guys on TV, 60 Minutes and 2020, and even though a lot of them was full of fecal matter. Yeah, they put out a lot of fecal matter too, but it's to a different degree than what it is today. Anyway, look, those guys, when I'd see, like I said, I'd see some guys, you see them in the PX or whatever from different units, and you look at him, you know, he got his airman wings, you know, so he's a crew chief, helicopter, Vietnam. I see he got air assault, EIB, crew chief, and this, that, and you like, God dang. I'm like, hey, how you doing, Sergeant? You know, hey, what's going on, Corporal? Or special, whatever rank I was, and this, that, and other. Or they say something to you, because they always comment, people always messing with me because of my height. I'm 6'5". And then, you know, they, damn, Private, what the hell you doing here? You need to be an NBA. Not knowing NBA 6'5" is not tall. I don't know why people be saying that. That is not tall in the NBA. It's not. Plus, I played football. So, I mean, at the height I was, and I'm a safety, I got to play center field for the most part. You know, you may be a little faster than me, but I can out jump you, and I will take that ball. I will get it at his peak, catch it at the peak. I'm like, well, I'm in 13th support, 13th subcom. Or they're in 88th medical detachment. And I'm like, you know, or this, he's a supply sergeant. You know, I look at this guy, supply sergeant, see him in this thing, combat patch, you know, airborne or whatever. Heck, man, I remember seeing a guy, He freaking former Green Beret. I'm like, whoa, what are you? And Master Sergeant. He's over. He's in also 13 Support Command, 13 Subcom. They changed their MOSs. They done went to Vietnam as grunts, ground pounders, crunchies, airborne, air mobile, cavalrymen, cavalry, because I met a lot of them, because y'all know I was in the cab. Cavalry, freaking cavalry. 2 tours of Vietnam, 1 tour of Vietnam, 3 tours of Vietnam. Most of them, I think I met more 2-tour Vietnam vets than I did single tour. Now, I'm quite sure the single tour guys outnumber, probably, I'd have to research it, but just guessing, if I had to guess, if I had to bet half the farm, I'd say it's more 1-term NAM vets than it was double trippers. And like I say, and then you have some that pulled off the hat trick and more, but most of them were, SOCOM MARSOC guys and whatnot. I met one man personally. He was a Master Sergeant, and he everybody knew. Well, found out from me. This dude was in Vietnam. This dude spent 5 years over the course of the 10 years of Vietnam War in or around the theater of war. Sharp dude too, sharp as a tack. And I mean, but sometimes it's like he's reading your mind, like he knew what you were gonna say before you even said it. That was scary. Heck, our motor sergeant, his name, I can see his face, I can hear his voice. His name was Sergeant, and it was Sergeant First Class, he's E7, Emmanuel Rincon, First Cavalry, Vietnam. He was our motor sergeant and our motor pool, because even though you had a wheel, you got 2 motor sergeants, because you got for motor sergeant for your tracks, for your track vehicles, armored stuff, and then you have motor sergeant for your wheel vehicles, all our Humvees and even prior to that, because we had Jeeps, M880s, Cuck Vs. Hell, we even had Camo and FDC. They had a Gamma Goat. Now they were phasing them out, and they did phase theirs out, and then they got they went from Gamma Goat to the M880s, the Dodge, and with the box on the back with all they camo gear in it and everything. But anyway, then that got replaced by the Cuck V, which was the Chevy pickup, diesel, 6.2 diesel, and the commander and the first sergeant, all them rode in the Blazers, CUCV. I keep forgetting what commercial utility combat vehicle, command vehicle, or something like that. CUCV. Army big on acronyms. Yeah, but these guys, that was, so to me, that makes sense. That's a hack. That's a career hustle. You done went to Vietnam, combat arms, come back, probably time to get out, and they like, well, you gonna re-enlist? Nah, I'll re-enlist, but I want to be a mechanic, or I want to be a supply clerk or whatnot, and so they just redesignate their MOSs. I guess, I'm assuming they just send them to AIT. Now you're a mechanic, because it ain't no such thing, because you got generator mechanics, diesel mechanics, track vehicle mechanic, wheel vehicle mechanic, turret mechanics, hydraulic system mechanics, field artillery, because our mechanics are totally different. Artillery mechanics to work on the carriage, the cannon, the breech blocks, and all the other stuff. But it ain't just mechanic, because you got generator mechanics, you got light wheel vehicle mechanics, You got the heavy wheel vehicle mechanics, because the mechanic that's working on the Humvee ain't the same mechanic that's working on the Hemmet. HEMMT. I can't remember. That's the ones that brought out our ammo and they made fuel tankers out of them and everything. But anyway, I'm just saying all that to say this. To add on, I forgot all about it. I guess it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Because I guess it kind of makes sense. And I've even seen some that turned out to be medics. Like the guy, there's air crewman, EIB, air assault and everything. He a medic. He's like, no, well, I was 11 Bravo in Vietnam. Done two tours in Vietnam as 11 Bravo. And re-enlisted and reclassed myself and went to Fort Sam Houston, because that's in San Antonio, to become a medic. And here he is, he about ready to retire, with 25 years, 26 years, or whatever the hell, or even some of them jail, just 20 years. But he's retiring as a medic. So if he wanted to work, I'm quite sure he can get a job. This one, he's retiring. As I remember one, Jeffrey Ott, O-T-T, Jeffrey Ott. He was our wheel motor sergeant when I was at Fort Hood. And they told me, I never seen the poster, that he was an Army poster boy during the 70s. I said, him? That guy? Yeah, him. Yeah, you shitting me? Nope. Finally seen him in dress green uniform during a battalion. I don't know if it's change of command or just somebody coming in, and you see all the holy shit. God, crap on this guy's. He got everything from the Bronze Star on down. Motor sergeant. If you talk to them, if you get them off by themselves and talk to them, they'll tell you what they done, where they been, how they feel, treated, this, that, and other. It's like they want what, because, hell, I'm in the Army with you. I'm young, help me. And they will tell you. And then, but I ain't a whole bunch of stuff. I just listen because I had my daddy and my uncle to tell me pretty much anything I want to know. But yeah, that's a hack. But that's why in hindsight, that's actually smart. You're probably going to catch some flack from some, but screw that. Look, man, I've done 2 combat tours in Vietnam. I want to retire. I don't want to be out on the street. And what kind of, okay, I can be a cop. Because that's one thing about being combat arms. Every police department on the planet be trying to recruit you to be a cop if you're combat arms. I was recruited heavily for some of more tactical police positions too. I was recruited heavily, and I almost did it, and at the last minute I changed my mind. But anyway, to me, that's a great life in hindsight, and it didn't even dawn on me then at my time, I guess because I was just so damn young, but it makes sense. It's a easier job being, mechanic, communications. And Sergeant Lawson, that was his name. I don't remember his first name. Vietnam vet, field artillery, so he close to my heart. Field artillery. He worked in supply and central issue, where you go to the CIF to like your sleeping bag messed up, or your poncho got a rip in it, or whatever the heck, and you turn the stuff in. His name was Lawson. I still remember that. I don't remember his first name though, because for a while there, once I made sergeant, that's my job, to take check the guy's gear and, take it to CIF to get it all exchanged out before we go down range. And he was an artilleryman. Because when I talked to him, I'm like, and he talking, we using artillery lingo because we got our own language. And he just reported, I'm like, how this guy go to this? When he told me he was an artilleryman during Vietnam. Left Vietnam, get reclassed, re-MOS'd, went to supply. And he was the NCOIC, one of the NC, no, he is one of the sergeants over CIF at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I still remember him. That's a trip how I still remember them people, but I can't tell you what I had for lunch Wednesday of 2 weeks ago, or even if I ate lunch. But old Dusty Springfield, she's gone. Bye, Dusty. Pet Shop Boys, what have I done to deserve this? And yeah, but man, I think that's great that you used to could do that. I'm assuming you can still do it. I'm assuming. But anyway, that's why I told the guy, man, because combat arms, you get rank a hell of a lot faster, especially the better you are, you make rank fast. Like I say, me, 3 years and some change. Before I hit 4 years, I was E5. Before I hit 6 years, I was E6. Now I need 2 support NCOERs and 28 months, and I get my E7. That was pretty much the way it is. I mean, for combat arms, that's just the way it is. You just know that hustle going in. Anyway, y'all, I can talk about this all day. Y'all get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to set. I got 4 more fence posts to set, and I should be done. Let the concrete, I say fence posts, light posts. I got, once the concrete set, I come in tomorrow, I ought to be able to put my lights up on them. Y'all be good and be safe. Bye.